Hey guys, it is The.Intelligent.Ingenue. So, I finally told him that I've been let go of my job. And this is what he said. I honestly, I was shooketh because, by the way, I made another sub. As you can see, this one, I'm like leaving it in the wrapper because it's so messy and I don't want it to I don't want to get sauce everywhere. But yeah, so I told him, you guys know how I told y'all I was in between jobs. Well, I told Mark, the guy I'm seeing, what happened. I was like, well, I got let go. I got let go, and that kind of sucked. I was like, the timing was kind of peculiar. The timing was peculiar because it's like I told my coworkers that I thought we were friends, and I had told them that I was dating a biomedical engineer, and it's like literally 2 days later, I got let go. Very weird. Now in the state of Florida, they can let you go for whatever reason. Like I was on a probationary period, so they can let you go for any reason. So you can literally just go, you're fired for terminating you. That's what they can do, period. But I don't want to eat the foil. Let's strip it down. Okay. This first bite. Delicioso. This pickles. But, so yeah. I told him, and I was shocked. In a good way though. My ex, when we were together, my ex, I told him that my washing machine broke down. And do you know what his response was? His response was, I don't manage your finances. That's what he told me. I was like, what? I already knew that. I know that you don't manage my finances. It's another Italian sub, guys. Just so you know, it's so good. I could get lost in these subs. I looked at Subway today. I was like, oh, Subway. Think of my past. Because I can make my own subs now, guys. So. It's so good. Nothing makes me happier than a sub. Seriously, like a sandwich. I'll be the happiest girl. I'll pay out with a sandwich. So I told Mark, the way he responded, OMG. I was elated because of what I had experienced before with the, I don't manage your finances. Okay, Ellen. Okay, I knew that. Thanks a lot for telling me the unknown. Thanks for exposing the freaking elephant in the room that I can't see over there because he's freaking huge. Thank you for telling me what I already know, that you don't do my finances. Perfect. Great. So we've already established that. No, there was no. And the problem was there was no empathy. There was no care. He didn't give a shit. I told Mark, and Mark was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. That's awful. Like, he was so empathetic. And I was like, I think they were hating because they let me go like 2 days after I told them that we were dating. Like, because here's the thing. The thing is that I had signed my contract for next year already. And so it came as a freaking shock, you know? It came as a freaking shock when all of a sudden after I had signed the contract, we're letting you go. I was like, what? And it was like, I'd gone on 2 dates with Mark, and it's, I don't know, it just, the timing just seemed questionable. I know, probably sounds crazy. It was just so different. He just was so filled with empathy, and I was like, but I didn't want to tell you. I've been hiding it because I didn't want to be a burden to you, and that's the truth. I didn't want to be a burden to him. Like, when you're dating, you don't want to come off as desperate. Men don't like that. No one likes that. When people think you're desperate, they like to avoid you like the human plague. I've learned that. Like, because people can just tell when you're desperate, you know? It's like not even like a bad thing. I mean, just like desperate for anything. But I didn't want to be desperate on him. Like, I know he's got money. I didn't want to be like, Mike, please give me money. You know, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that to him out of desperation, because that changes the dynamic of the relationship forever. And you have to set the precedent, right? So I want a man that's like a provider. But I want him to provide because he wants to. Not because he has to or because he's forced to, you know? I want him to provide because that's genuinely who he is. And I feel like this job is so good. I feel like I found that with Mark. It is genuinely good. Like, he had told me stories where, like, one of his exes got, like, stuck at the airport. They canceled her flight and she didn't have the money to, they canceled her flight and she did not have the money to rebook or whatever, but she called him. He helped her out and she never spoke to him again. So he just does things out of, you know, the kindness of his heart. And that's kind of man I want to be with. Someone who is kind and giving. I don't want him to get taken advantage of course. But it's like, at the same time, you know, people like him realize that when you give, you get back. It's like a boomerang effect, you know? Whereas stingy people like my ex are like, I don't manage your finances. Go ahead, be stingy. What do you think you're getting back? But yeah, I told him about how I almost got evicted and all of that. And we are. He invited me out. I see him either tonight or tomorrow. I see him tonight or tomorrow. He's coming over to my area. So I'm very excited. He's gonna go to a hotel. And to me, that's like important because, you know, after everything's said and done, you know, I'm a lover girl. I like to cuddle. I wrapped this up really good. I wrapped it really tightly. Yeah, I'm a lover girl. And I'm the type of girl, you know, I want to lay on his chest afterwards. Like, I just want to feel close to him. That's where the connection builds for me. But yeah, I do have some advice, ladies. Okay, so listen. I use ChatGPT for like everything. Everything. So here's my advice, because I've been out there dating for a little bit, and it's not for the faint of heart. The dating apps suck. And so for me, one of my issues was, ooh, excuse me. One of my issues was, what do I message him when he's messaging me? What do I say back? And then when he gets my number, how do I get to a date? That was like my issue. I was like, how do I get to a date? And so this is the goal. The goal is to get on a date. Get a lip kit, get some lashes, you know, do your makeup. It doesn't have to be anything extravagant, you know, make sure your hair looks cute. But the goal is getting on a date. So what I would do is, when I would meet these guys online, I would ask ChatGPT. I was like, oh, he said this. What do I say back? And then ChatGPT is like, oh, here's some options. Here's soft and flirty, feminine, and let's weed out the losers. Like, he would give me a lot of ideas on how to weed out guys who were only there for one thing and one thing only. Because I don't want that. I don't want that type of energy. I don't know if I want to get married, but I do want a life partner. I'll say that. I want a life partner. And so ChatGPT would help me say things to like weed out the losers, because a lot of men just want to get physical so quick. Like this one guy, it doesn't matter their job title. This one guy was a JD. He was a magistrate. And he told me he likes scuba diving. He was like, how long can you hold your breath underwater? Sexy. Let's get in my pool and go to the bottom and pleasure each other. I was like, what? I was like, I don't know you, sir. And you want to pleasure me? At the bottom of your pool. I was like, listen, baby, the pool is yours. It's heated. Yay! It's not in my name. What do I care? And what am I supposed to say to that? Oh, darling. Oh, hot, sexy baby daddy. Yes. Pleasure me at the bottom of your pool. I can't. I cannot with these men. I was like, is he serious? Am I supposed to be impressed? Oh, you have a heated pool. Well, guess what? When you kick the bucket, I'm not getting the heated pool, so what do I care? I don't live there. You didn't ask me to move in. I don't know you. Why would I be impressed? How are you even doing that in the water? How? How is that possible? You have to hold your breath for a very, very long time, and then imagine if we're doing that. He's gonna have to open his mouth. So am I. How is that make sense? Are we gonna wear the scuba gear in the pool? Makes things even worse, even more complicated. I can't, guys. Like, dating in 2026 is not for the faint of heart. It's really not, because it's crazy. Like I said, my advice: weed them out. Use ChatGPT and weed them out. Weed out the losers, all the losers that are just trying to get your stuff. Weed them all on out of there. Because I swear, there was one guy on there, he was in Miami, and he's like, claimed he was a medical doctor. And he's like, oh, I just love sex. And just like that, ladies. I mean, guys, just like that. I was like, so you went to school for like 8 years, 8 to 10 years, just to write, I love sex. And you have an MD at the end of your name. Okay. All right, sure. I just can't. It's just like the stuff I've heard. But it's like, so if you get out of the chat box, then you are in it to freaking win it. That's been my experience. Point blank, period. You're in it to win it. So my thing was because a lot of men, especially these days, they're so cheap. Let's go for coffee. Let's go for drinks. Yeah, you want to go for coffee because it's cheap. You want to buy me a $5 cup of coffee? Great. Woohoo. Like, it's a dime a dozen. I can find any guy out there to buy me a freaking $5 cup of coffee. I don't want that, dude. Okay, so, nope. X. Not happening. Let's go out for drinks. Okay, so you can get me drunk and then take advantage of me at the end of the night? Due to my poor judgment, because my brain is alcohol induced? I don't think so. That's next. Not happening. It's like the guys that would, why don't you come to my place? Oh, definitely. No, sir. No, thank you. Bye-bye. No, bye-bye. All those guys, losers, weed them all out. So this one guy really tried to take me for drinks. And I was like, what did I do? And then he was like, what did I do wrong? I was like, because I blocked him. Woo! Bye. I blocked him. And he messages me on the site and he's like, what did I do wrong? I was like, are you serious? You invited me out for drinks, not even dinner. If he can't afford to take you out to dinner, if you can't afford to take a woman out for dinner, you have no business dating. You need to be applying for jobs. That's what you need to be doing. Not dating. Sorry, not sorry. I'm not sorry at all. Like, legit, that's how it is. If you can't take a woman out to a nice dinner, you need to be applying for jobs. You're not even giving her money at this point. You're just literally, you're not paying for her nails done, her hair done. You're just taking her out for dinner. And the tab might be maybe $150, $200. If you can't afford that, then you just shouldn't be dating. Put in job applications for a second job, because that ain't it. And I'm not with it. We're not with it. That's not what we're doing in 2026. Period. Poo. So yeah, I got a lot of guys like that, but me and Mark got out the chat box. So I was so happy, and he took me our first date. We went to Ocean Air, and it was like really nice. And then he went to take me to the Capitol Grill. I went to the Cheesecake Factory. Like, we've been to nice restaurants. We're going to the Seafood Boil this time because he knows I love a good seafood boil. I told him don't be embarrassed. Please don't be embarrassed if I pull out the Old Bay seasoning out of my purse, because I'm gonna be like, you want some? I was like, don't be embarrassed, baby, please. Because they might lack seasoning. Like I always get when I go to the seafood boils, I get garlic parmesan. Everyone else gets the spicy because it has more flavor. I would assume, because everyone gets spicy, but I don't like spice. I like garlic parmesan. I love garlic. I love it. But I would get garlic parmesan, and so therefore, I guess it's harder to get the garlic parmesan flavor to stick in the seafood, maybe. But whenever I would get it, I'd come home, I'd put a bunch of extra butter in there. Yeah, I'm a big bag, okay? Put a bunch of extra butter up in there, and then with the Old Bay, get after it with the Old Bay. But yeah, as soon as you, like I said, as soon as you leave the chat box and you get on a date, you're in it to win it, girl, because that's when you shine and you're just beautiful. You go in there and you're like, hi, hey, handsome. You know, you do your best. You be the baddie that you are, you be the hottie that you are. You just gotta get a date. And then after the date, the first date, he's hooked. So, yeah, Mark is a darling. I feel like he's gonna love me in a way that my ex never could, because he was too busy giving his energy to his ex-wife. And so I feel like he didn't even have the capacity to love me the way I needed and wanted and so deeply desired to be loved. And I feel like Mark does not have that baggage. He has an ex-wife. He has a child. He has a son. It was so funny. I made a joke. He told me that his son, it was like, I have to get up early to go take my months into college to shadow another student. I was like, oh, the Disneyland's Haunted Mansion will love Munson. I'm like, what kind of name is Munson? His name is actually Kyle. It was a typo, but I was like, Munson. Because the name is so old. It's like so old world, you know? And so like when I think about Munson, the first thing that pops into my head is Haunted Mansion. Haunted Mansion ride at Disney. I'm like, oh my God. Anyways. Yeah, so like I said, get on that date. Get on the first date. And in 2026, I don't know why, it could be difficult to get on a date. And not just any date, like a real date. Like, don't take me to McDonald's. I won't go. That's the fastest way to get on the block list. Don't invite me for drinks. Blocked. Don't invite me to McDonald's. Blocked. Delete it. Blocked. Delete it. Do not invite me for coffee. Blocked. Deleted. It's not happening. Take me on a nice dinner date where I can order steak and lobster, because the thing is that, like, I'm a single mom. Like, when I was married, I used to be able to eat like steak and lobster and stuff and all of that. I had some deviled truffle eggs at Oceanair, and I was like, with caviar on them. I was like, oh my God. Oh, good food. I missed you. Oh my God. It was delectable. And the thing about Mark is, it's like Mark knows that I'm not like eating good food all the time. He knows I'm not. Like, me and my ex, my kid's dad, we used to eat at like a bunch of good restaurants at Disney, like all the higher end restaurants. We ate at Victoria and Albert's, been at Burns in Tampa, like, so it's like that's what I was used to. And then it's like, no, I can't afford it. Obviously, I'm a single mom of two, and my kids aren't on child support, so I can't afford to be doing that. So like, Mark is so sweet. He lets me have his food too. Like, if I order the lobster and he gets the steak, I got got 2 lobster tails, and then he let me have like the steak that he didn't eat. He lets me take all the food home. He's an angel. Like, I feel like he's just the soul connection. He's a Pisces and I'm a Scorpio. We're water signs. So we're like a match made in heaven. But he's like what I didn't know I needed. My ex was a Virgo. He was an earth sign. It's just the differences are just striking. One man was an avoidant. So when I told him my washing machine broke, simple fix, $350 for a new washing machine. My washing machine broke. I can't afford to buy a new one. Okay, there's 2 options here. So I'm not saying he had to buy me the new washing machine. Bring your laundry over here and do it at my house. Okay, thanks, babe. I'll have a new washing machine shipped to you by 2 days from now. Oh, thank you, darling. You're so sexy when you take charge. Either way, either one would have been acceptable. I was just looking for like emotional support, and he couldn't even offer me that. I told him it broke, and he replies with, "I don't manage your finances." I'm like, what? That's not what he said. I just want you to empathize with me. Have some empathy. I'm a single mom. Like, obviously, I got laundry. My kids got laundry. My kids have dance. They got to wash their stuff for dance class and acrobatics and hip hop dance and tumbling and whatnot, and I have to wash my clothes. I have to wash my underwear. At least, gotta wash my panties. So it's like, would it kill you to have some empathy? But it did. So, I mean, that's why we're not together. We're not together because he ghosted me. Let's be real. I won't sugarcoat that. I won't make it seem like I dumped him. I didn't. He ghosted me. Don't care. It's fine. It's upwards and onwards. There's a quote. Keep moving forward. You keep moving forward. Like, I got terminated. Keep moving forward. I almost got evicted. Keep moving forward. In between jobs, keep moving forward. You don't stop. You don't quit. Don't count me out. I'll never be down for the count. Keep moving forward. Keep it pushing. He broke up with you. He ghosted you. Fine. Keep moving forward. We don't stop. We don't quit. We keep it pushing. He doesn't want to see your value. Thank you. Next. Exit stage left. No, wait, this is the right. Exit stage left. Bye-bye. He doesn't want to appreciate you. Bye. He doesn't text you, call you. Bye. He puts his psychotic ex-wife or psychotic ex-period, psychotic ex-baby mama above you. Bye. Thank you. Next. That's what this season is. Don't accept less than what you know you deserve. I know I deserve love. We all do. We deserve love, and someone who's going to treat us good and treat us the way that we treat them, with kindness and generosity, and we deserve that. Don't stop until you get it. Like I said, thank you. Next. And bye. So that's just how it is. But Mark has been amazing. And then I was like, you know what, Mark, I didn't want to tell you because I didn't want to be dating you out of a place of desperation, because that gives different vibes than a woman who's confident about herself and a woman who can solve things herself and take care of herself and not necessarily be like, I'm an independent woman. We're not going to be in the masculine energy. We're in the soft, feminine energy. So even though we can solve our own problems, ourselves, it is nice, and we appreciate and we love a man to say, it's okay, baby, I got this. Don't worry about that. Will this happen? Like, Mark went into problem solving mode. I told him, I don't know what happens. Like, I don't know why they let me go. Like, I feel like maybe I need to start my own business or something. The next day, Mark is texting me about how to start my own LLC. Real men solve problems. Real men provide because they want to, because that's what they were designed to do. That's what men are hardwired to do. They're hardwired to provide. They're hardwired to take care of women, to build a family, to protect, to problem solve. Whereas my ex, the avoidant, the lovely avoidant, Alan, I'm not in charge of your finances. What am I supposed to do? You act like I'm your father. You know, I'm starting to think that you don't think that what I'm doing for you is enough. And if it's not enough, then, you know, that's fine. We don't have to be together if what I'm doing is just not enough for you. I think that you want more, and I can't do that for you right now. So I think that we shouldn't be together because clearly you're not satisfied with what I'm doing for you. I shouldn't have to ask. And I didn't even ask. I would literally just say things and he would get upset. We'd talk about my life, and then instead of empathizing with me, yeah, well, it's not all sunshine and rainbows over here either. My daughter, who's a nurse, is jobless right now in New York. And I was like, what? Well, nurses are in high demand just like teachers. Why is it hard for her to find a job, especially up north? Yeah, well, she can't. So I think she's going to have to come down here and I'm going to have to support her. Okay. Well, all right then. Okay, but it's just, you can't support me, but you can support your daughter. And like, the thing is, that's fine. But when you're dating, if you're not ready to find a girl and make her number one, don't date. You want your daughter to be number one? Fine, great, do that. Don't date. She's an adult. She was literally like 2 years younger than me. I was almost about to get evicted. And you're like, oh, well, for you. Anyways, instead of just sending my daughter money, she's going to move down here, and I can't see you anymore because then she's going to find out about it. And I have to sneak around because my daughter's the warden. My ex-wife is the warden, and so is my oldest daughter. They're both the wardens of my life. So, oh, well, I don't know what to tell you. Have a nice life. And then it turned out that he got me pregnant, and just like, anyways, I'm going to end this on a good note. Mark is completely different. I don't think Mark would ever run off. I think he really is going to get that reversal, the vasectomy reversal. He hasn't run. I drunk texted him and he didn't run off. I'm like, yay! I'm just happy. Anyways, it's The Intelligent Ingenue. You guys like, subscribe, comment. Let me know, like, how do you guys deal with modern dating today? Like, what do you guys do? How do you guys get on the first date? How do you get from the chat on whatever, eHarmony to the restaurant? Because it's hard nowadays. It can be hard. And not a copy date either. Like, it can be hard. See you guys next time.